Very exciting. Welcome, 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 everyone. Running a tad late. How late am I? Let's have a look. Oh, what? Oops, 9 minutes late. What? We're running a little bit late this morning. Yours truly. I do it every time. I get ready, I sit at the table, I start crocheting, and then 10 minutes later, I realize, oh, I haven't turned the live on yet. So I do apologise, beautiful Anne McSee. Lovely to have you here, to be the first one on. Yay, Anne. And Green Butterfly, the beautiful Green Butterfly. So thank you very much for joining us, the two of you, right now. And it's my fault because I started late and everybody's probably thinking, where is she? Corinne, lovely Corinne, the beautiful Luana, beautiful Karen. Karen. All right, guys. So thank you very much for joining us. I do apologize for being late. Elaine, you made it finally. Hello. Hello. Brenda, I've not seen your beautiful name for a long time. Welcome. Kay, hello. You're back. She's back. Yes, she's back. Hello, Kay. Beautiful Paula. The wonderful Marty. Yay. Fluffy kitten. I've got a full house today. And once again, my apologies for running late. The thing is, I'm working here. Look, I work. I sit here and I work. And I swear I'm going to set an alarm clock because I'm working away thinking, oh, there's no clock in here too, which is worse. And I don't think to look at my phone. So I do apologise, everyone. Hello, Peggy. Lovely to have you here, beautiful Peggy. And the wonderful Elaine. You were getting worried, I know. And it was I was just so slow today. And in fact, this is something I was going to talk to you about. The whole week I was a little bit slow. I don't know what happened, but I was very, very slow. And I just didn't get the first Thursday recorded in time. So we're going to wait another week. Not another week. We're going to have it during the week next week. And once again, my apologies, guys, but it was a slow week this week. I don't know if it was the weather, if it was me, if I needed more vitamin C, D, whatever it is that you need to boost your energy, C, F, I don't know, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. I don't know what vitamin. If anybody knows what vitamin you need to boost some energy, let me know, because this was a bad week. It was a really slow week. Now, I did have other things I was doing. I was preparing an order for someone else, and that went. And I was also doing an order for another lady as well, which is not gone because I'm in the middle of it. But it just slowed me down. And even when I got an order on the website, I got it early enough and still didn't go to the post office till about, I don't know, 4:45, 4:30, 4:45 in the afternoon. It's just, I was so slow the whole week. And yes, your first Thursday is coming, I promise. We missed that first week. Let's just get on with the next week and don't worry about it. It's done and dusted. I do apologise. Who have I missed? Oh, Auntie T's in the house. Auntie T, big sister, is in the house. Green Butterfly says thumbs up. Thank you, Green Butterfly. She knows I need it. Karen says thumbs up. You know I need it this week. Beautiful Kiki's in the house. Wonderful Kiki. Thank you, Elaine. I'm okay. I wasn't sick. That's the thing. I was just very slow and just drowsy. I think I just needed an energy boost, and I don't want to take anything because I don't want to go off the walls, bounce off the walls, as you do. So I'm glad you still called me wonderful after I did. What did you do today? Did I miss something? Marty, what did you do today? Oh, I'm very naughty. You're very naughty. Get in the corner before you even tell me. Get in the corner. Tell me what you did today. It is called getting older. Oh, is it, Elaine? Well, it just took me by surprise this week. Good morning, Julie, thank you, good morning. Oh, look, I'm not sad or anything. It was a slow, and I mean when I was crocheting for customers, right? I'm sitting on the couch like this, just, put it down a while, go for a snooze, do a little bit more. I'm not even sick. Curiosity got the better of me and I bought a set of Achu needles. Marty, get out. Leave. It's all right, Marty. We've all knitted. Achoo. Oh, those allergies. We've all knitted before. Achoo again. Oh, and you guys know I used to knit before I crocheted. A man to my heart says, Teresa. Teresa's a knitter. Teresa's, I think, in my opinion, a better knitter than crocheter. Teresa's really good at knitting. Auntie T, I'm not giving her a big head here, but Auntie T is really good at knitting. So there you go. Beautiful Raylene, good morning. We need to talk. Marty Chew. I love that green butterfly. Marty Chew, that's your nickname for a little while. Marty Chew. Green butterfly has nickname Marty Chew. You're so right. No, your knitting is fantastic, Teresa. I give you lots of credit in that area. I used to always ask Teresa for help on my knitting because I couldn't do it. Well, I did. I could. But I was just so slow, and the thread's coming around here and we're pulling things over. Oh, and there's your knit. Then you do the other way. Oh, there's your purl. Oh, I've got another one over this way. There's another knit. And it just took like forever. And eventually, I think I mentioned in one of our videos that I gave Teresa the vest that I was working on when I was 15. I gave it to Teresa, and I think she pulled it because I said, you can do what you want with it. So she pulled it apart and created something else with it, I think, from memory, Teresa. It was a green, remember the green yarn? It was terrible. Well, it was terrible for me, not you. Claptrap, hello. I didn't sleep well for the last few nights, and I need to get up early for yarn spinning. My eyes want to close, so I might fall asleep. So that's all right, Claptrap. Yours truly, I got on late anyway, by about 9 minutes or 10 minutes. But we're here. I still don't know who this Pearl is, what she's mentioned so much in knitting. Knit one purl, one knit, one purl, one knit, two purl, two. Oh, that's ribbing. Oh, you see, I do remember. I do remember. I just don't do. Maybe I should start a knitting channel. What do you reckon, guys? Oh, no, I haven't got the time. I don't have time. Stop putting ideas in my head, Marty. Stop it right now. I usually alternate my crochet and knitting projects, but still probably do more crochet. Look, once again, guys, I don't dislike knitting. I just don't do it as much as I would have. I don't do it at all. I used to do it. I just don't do it at all now. Honestly, I don't have the time anyways. Maybe since I have a family member, not on my side, the other side, whom is with child at the moment. So we will actually be making a few crochet items for her. We may toss in a knitted project. I don't know, maybe a little cardigan and knit. Cardigan. Look, knitted cardigans on babies look fantastic. Crochet cardigans look great. Knitted cardigans do look amazing on newborns. They really do. Or even a 1 month old or a 1 year old. They do look lovely. They just look so elegant. She has a girl even better. With girls, you can really doll them up and fancy them up. But you know what? The world is different now. You can doll up anyone. Girl, dog, cat, male, whatever. You can doll them all up. You can doll them all up. Oh, my cat's not feeling well. I have to take her to the Big V to have a look at her. She's really sick. But I know she's an old girl, so we just take it all with a grain of salt. We know what it is, and we just assume that she'll be all right. Anyway, let's not talk about that. She's not well, and maybe we make a little cardigan for her. We'll make a coloured cardigan for her with the leftover yarn from the... No, I'm not using that yarn. I'm going to use it for myself because I'm selfish like that. But the Pretty as a Peacock blanket, as you know, part 3 did go out this week, guys. Part 4 is... well, I won't say it's on its way out because, as you can see, it's not there. To practice part 4, I used one of our other cottons that I had. Actually, I used Bendigo cotton to practice on it. And it didn't quite come out as planned. So, this is a little bit, that's better. So I will be doing it again. Same stitch, but a little bit different. Maybe it just needs an extra chain because when I was doing it, everything was turning in and it needed that extra stitch in there. And I've already added my stitches, right? So bear with me. It is coming. Part 4 is coming. After part 4, the next part you'll get will be a border part, which is fantastic, right? So it's not going to be that small. Part 4 will grow your blanket. That's the part that's going to grow your blanket. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. It won't be next week though, guys. I'm with you, Mary. Totally agree with knitting for babies, but I'm a crocheter now after chewing for years. I love it, Julie. I love it. But I will be doing lots of crochet for babies. So The lovely lady question will be getting lots of crochet items for her baby for free because it's family. Don't you love family? Mm. Don't you love it? So she will be getting that for free. And that's that. But everybody else has to pay, sorry. And yes, they will be patterns eventually on the website, along with everything else that's taking so long to go up there. But guys, they are coming, and I'm holding out the patterns until first Thursday of the month because I was going to use first Thursday. Oh, look, she's laughing. She shouldn't be laughing. And let me tell you something, guys. I organized on the website, which I had to update yesterday, a special deal just for YouTubers. So I had to move that deal over to next week because it was planned for Thursday, wasn't it? And I was going to talk about it to everyone on Friday. And so everyone on Friday could have got the special deal. Well, I had to go into the website, which my daughter did for me and sorted out and adjusted it. And I worked it out. How clever am I? What? Who knew I could grow brains with age? What? So I worked out how to edit the website. Don't you love it? I worked out how to edit the website. So the price is just held over to next week. So you'll get a special deal next week. So if you are on the website and you want to wait for some special deals, next week's the week to wait for because there's some good deals happening. I don't have to tell you that because I can make you go to the website and spend full price on everything. Which is okay. But next week is the week where we'll be having some deals because I will be uploading a few patterns and you'll be able to purchase those patterns from there. I have made so many baby items, but no babies to give them to. Oh, they're just lovely to make because they're small and it's nice to actually complete a project. When I was about 21, 22, probably around 22. I started working in a company and then a whole year later, all these friends of mine, they were a little bit older than me and they were having babies, right? And I didn't have children at the time. And I knew how to crochet. I knew how to knit then too, but I preferred the crochet, obviously. So I decided that year, whilst everyone was having babies, I was going to crochet them little booties or a little matinee jacket or something. And I was a lot slower than I am today, but I wasn't creating as many items. Like you guys only see, which is another thing I'll start showing, but you guys only see what we make on the channel. I'm already crocheting items outside of the channel that are for family or for friends or even for customers' orders. So you don't see those items. I don't usually show them because I don't really have time to do that. Like I make for today, it's got to get out by tomorrow and it's gone. I don't even take a picture and it's just gone, right? I usually take progress pictures so they see how it's coming along. I don't think in my brain, I don't think to take a final picture. So I'm going to start doing that now. So when I get a customer order or someone says, can you make me one of these? They look really difficult, but you know, they're not for me because I've done them so many times before, right? Or maybe not. Something I need to think about, which is always a good thing. I love using the brain sometimes. So I make something for them, but I don't take photos of them because I just don't have time. I get them done today, straight to the post office first thing in the morning, post them out, get home and think, oh, no photos. I got progress photos. That's no good. It's halfway through a project. You won't know what it is. So what I will be doing from now on is taking those photos. So you can see all the items I make outside of YouTube as well, which is a good thing because then you'll see it and think, oh, you make that? Why not make one for us? And I'll say, paid pattern on the website. However, if you con me enough, I may make certain items on the channel, which is good. And that's good, babies. I love making baby items. And that's what I did that year. I made cardigans, booties, and in those days it had the mittens as well. We don't use mittens as much now because we know babies are always putting their fingers in their mouths and you don't want cotton and wool and everything stuck in the baby's mouth. Not a good thing, yeah? So we don't make them as much, or I don't. There are other people who still do, and you know, it's their own business, but I will refuse to make anything where baby's going to put that in baby's mouth. And once babies are a certain month, you've got to be careful because their feet come right to their mouth and in goes put in the mouth. So if they've got booties on, you have to be aware that they're going to put that in their mouth. Never let them sleep with items that's got buttons, straps, whatever. Never let babies sleep in that. They sleep in baby wear. Baby wear. Sleepwear. Give them the proper sleepwear. I don't know how this became a baby conversation, but anyway. So in the year of my 22nd year of my life, I was crocheting non-stop for friends, work colleagues, if you will, a company which still rests beautiful in my heart. I love that company. It was a stepping stone for my career into the office world, which I really didn't like anyway, but I did like that company a lot. Since changed their name anyway, but never mind. We are here. How did I get onto that? So there you go. We are definitely getting our Pretty as a Peacock blanket. And as you know, part 3 was a little bit trying, but not completely difficult. And if you are new to crochet, as long as you have your, what's it called? Tension correct. I couldn't get it out there. As long as you have your tension correct, you can do this part very, very simply. Yeah, you can do it. It's not that difficult. It's all about tension, getting your tension correct. And that's like that with any project that you create, whether it's in crochet, whether it's in the Achu language, knitting, by the way. So bad. You really need to make sure your tension is correct. Tension, how do you work tension out? Many ways you can work tension out. There's ways of wrapping the yarn around your finger to work tension out. I used to do this, and it would pull on all my work and would make my work tight. By wrapping that yarn around here, I'll actually do a tutorial on it so you can see it. Oh, the other way, sorry. So you can see it, wrapping it that way. I'll do a tutorial on it, and that will help with tension. The other way is winding your yarn. If you wind in a ball, your ball does tend to disappear, run off the table, go for a walk near the fridge, opens a door, brings out a chocolate biscuit, that sort of thing. Always ends up with a Tim Tam biscuit, doesn't it? Always about Tim Tam. So your ball of yarn is pulling at the thread. So when you're pulling your loops through, once that ball is dropped, it's pulled. So by the time you pull that loop through, you've pulled it through really tight. Then you pick up your ball of yarn, let out a few strands and start working again. Your next stitch will be loose. So your work is going like that. So tension is really important when it comes to crochet and Achu knitting. That's all. Good night. Well, that's the end of the live. See you later. So there you go. Now, just so naughty. Get in a corner, Mary. I find it much easier to maintain tension with knitting. I don't know. I really don't know. Again, I'm not a knitter, so I can't verify that. I should play with a bit of knitting this week, just for fun. Shall I do an accident knitting tutorial and you'll all get a shock? What could happen? No, I haven't got time this week. We'll play with it next week. This week's too big. This week is a busy week, guys. Hopefully I'm well enough. I'm physically awake to do it. I'm not snoozing in the chair. Should take a video of me snoozing, shouldn't I? Not the funny one, the real one, where I'm really snoozing accidentally when I'm working. But we have a very busy week. This week we are doing, obviously, First Thursday, which we missed last week. Me. I missed last week. And we're also doing the little purse that I have been promising the beautiful Mary Wanamaker, who chose the color combination of the zip. Yeah. So we'll be doing that on the channel too. So I'll be finally getting a chance to record that and do that on the channel as well. So it's going to be a very busy week this week. Now, I don't think I will get part 4 of the Pretty as a Peacock blanket out this week. That won't happen. You won't get that till next week. So I wasn't really planned on getting it out this week anyways, so it's nothing new. Nothing new, yeah. I have to try hard to loosen my tension. I think it's the way I hold the hook always too tight. I want to talk about that in a minute. My tension is both the same for crochet and knitting. Fantastic. When you wind your yarn like this, now you can see this has been wrapped around a few times because it was playing with it and realized if I kept playing with it, I'd damage it. So I used the Bendigo cotton to play with the stitches. Now I'm just going to take this off like this, which will make a mess for me, which means I have to wind it up again. But having your yarn wound on I don't know what you want to call them, a spool or a yarn winder, if you will. A spool is what they call them in sewing. When you're pulling it, it's a gentle tug. it will never, ever pull tightly. Now I'm wasting so much here, don't tell them. But see how it's gentle? It's a very soft pull. If you don't have a yarn winder, I don't remember the lady's name, but there's a lady on YouTube. She shows a way where she pops her thumb through the yarn and she winds her yarn that way, winds it this way, turns it a little bit and winds it that way, turns it a little bit and winds it this way. And she does that. And her thumb, the little thread, is sticking out of her thumb. Yeah. So when she pulls that off her thumb, it's not as clean as that one, right? You can still do the center pull, which helps with tension. Now, if you like, I can actually do a tutorial on that as well. It's very, very quick and easy. I, for the life of me, can't remember her name. But I tell you what, if you type in on YouTube, how to wind yarn without a yarn winder, you might see it. She's got, actually, I think the picture is her thumb as well. So you might see her thumb, you know, where she's trying to wind it in her thumb. You might or may not. She is not a young woman, so she's an elderly lady. And so her voice, you can hear in her voice that she's elderly. But she's obviously used that in her past. Yeah, and it's worked for her. So if it's worked for her, should work for you. So you don't really need, like mine's only a $49 winder. It's really cheap and nasty. And there are better ones out there, right? But I do prefer to wind my yarn for two reasons. One, tension, like I said. Two, knots. Knots, there's nothing worse. And, you know, every company has them. Maybe one, maybe 10. But every company has yarn that has knots in it. They all do. Don't let anyone tell you you'll never get a knot from that particular company, because eventually one day, if you use their yarn all the time, one will have a knot in it. Maybe two, maybe more. I love my yarn, right? So I love ordering the good stuff and I love ordering the cheap stuff as well, right? I find knots in the good stuff as well as the cheap stuff. So don't let anyone tell you you won't find a knot. So there's nothing worse. You're 3/4 of the way through a 300 stitch blanket. Yeah. You get to the middle, bang, knot. What do? You thread it and leave the knot in the middle. You weave it in and everything else, and then you keep going. For me, I love a clean blanket in the middle, except when I'm doing Grafgan. Ooh, she quivers as she says the word. Grafgan, you need a lot of colors, so there's constant change within the blanket. But if you're not doing a Grafgan and you're doing a one piece, let's talk about cardigan or a jumper. We'll talk about a cardigan because they do up in front, right? A cardigan, if you are constantly changing colors in the middle of your cardigan in different spots, eventually after a few washes, you may see that little stretch because you've worked on it. I don't know if that makes any sense. When it's a blanket, you don't see it as much, but when it's a wearable on your body and you've cut and put the thread on the middle of a row, then you know you're going to see that. You're going to see, and you'll know it's there too, which is worse, right? So my theory is to make sure you add your thread at the end or the beginning of a row, which is under the arm. No one's ever going to see it if that's where your beginning and end of it is. But they're the best place, under the arm, down the sides, to have those threads, because you can use them to weave in, which is even better. Weave in and sew the side seams if you're using a sewing needle. So it works well for everybody. So if you find a knot while you're winding, you'll have two smaller skeins ready to go, or smaller balls of work ready to go. So you have that opportunity to decide, right, if I'm going to do a whole front, those two little skeins, that's not going to make it. But I'll do part of the front, and then when I'm ready to reattach, I'll use the smaller yarn to reattach here, because I'll know that I won't need a lot for that section right there. So you can judge where you want your knots to be, yeah? But I think that it's really important to wind, whether you're winding like this or whether you are winding in a ball. But this is good. This is not a good one because I've been messing with it, yeah? But this is a good way of winding because it is so soft when you pull it out. There's no knots or anything. So there you go. All right, that's just, nothing really. It's nothing. It's just something that's, these are things that you kind of learn as you go along. And I know I've made a lot of blankets where it pulls and tugs in different areas and it's soft in different areas as well. Now, I've lost all the chat and I do apologize talking too much. I've used a method of winding yarn, handy to know when there isn't a yarn winder handy. Yes, yes. Hello, everyone, says Sherry, and Karen says, hi, Sherry. Hi, Sherry. Lovely, Sherry. Welcome. Now, Sherry, yours truly did get on a line a little bit late today. It was only about 9 minutes. I'm exaggerating. It wasn't as late as I thought it was. And I tell you what, I'm going to set my phone to go off and an alarm right here, because what I do is I set up, I'm ready, I sit down, I've got my water. Let me have a cheers, by the way. Cheers, everyone. Got my water. And I'm literally ready maybe half an hour before the live, even 20 minutes, and I sit here and I work on different projects. And if I'm not showing you those projects, I pop them on a little, there's a couple of boxes here, a couple of tubs, I pop them over there. Kind of cleaned up the room a little bit, which is good. So I might be able to do another viewing of the room. It won't be this week. It'll be probably in a couple of weeks' time. I might even hold it out to first Thursday in September. But we'll talk about September's first Thursday in a minute, because I've actually, after, I can't get it out now, after Bendigo, I realised when I was preparing for Bendigo, the room wasn't organised properly for me, so I couldn't find all the gear I needed for the show. What I did was I took what I had. And this week I've been going through the room thinking, I wished I'd taken this with me. There was no room anyway on the tables, right? But I kept saying, oh, I wished I had that. Oh, I wish I, and it was all these things going on in my head. And it was only because I didn't have the items in the right spots. Past few weeks, I've been popping them in spots and labeling the shelves. So I know what's on the shelves. And I've actually been doing, it's a weird thing what I've been doing. I'm on the computer. I say box 1 has this blanket, that blanket, this blanket. And not only do I have that, I have the price of the blankets or the items, and I have the picture on the sheet as well. Not a real big picture like you get on the page when you copy and paste your photos on screen. I take it over and then I shrink it right down to a little box, and I popped a little picture on this page. So now when I walk past the box, I just look at that piece of paper like that, or I can look on top and I see what's in it without even opening the box. It took a long time. That's probably why I'm so tired. But it took a long time. And that was the very first week back from Bendigo. Now, I've only done that with 3 boxes. 3 boxes or tubs are about this big. You know, the big tubs. I don't know what they call them. 60-litre tubs. I don't know what they call them. They're pretty big, yeah? And I've done that with 3 boxes. But I've done that with quite a few shelves as well. So when I'm looking for my plastic sheets to put the items in, I can find them because I actually had them up the top. In fact, I'll show you quickly what I had up the top. See, right up there, that right there, right there, they are the boxes that you see here, yeah? So they were up there, and I knew they were there the whole time. But stupidly, I spent hours in this room looking for those boxes. I know they're up there because I even remember putting them up saying, I'll leave them up there because if I leave them anywhere down below, I'm going to damage them and I don't want to damage them. So I'll leave them up high. I don't use them often. I've already got some down in a little section on the shelving here. So I'll use that. And I forgot. So maybe 4 or 5 days before Bendigo, I was finishing off packing and I ran out of boxes and I searched high and low for these boxes. Oh, Edith has done a super chat. Thank you so much, Edith. It's most appreciated. You know, it all goes to Yarn. It all goes to Yarn. Thank you so much, Edith, for your lovely super chat. And so anyway, it took me ages. I eventually found them up there, and that was the end of the hello, Edith, again. Thank you. I thought you were already on, Edith. Hello. Hi. Thank you for your super chat, though. Very well received. So I found the boxes and I was rushed that week to get all the items packed, and it made me angry. Whereas now I know they're up there because I made that mistake once, but I've actually labeled everything and I've got a computer. I did it in Excel at some stage. Some of them in Excel. I tell a lie, not everything in Excel. Some of them were done in Word because I started off in Word. I did the 3 tubs and I, pasted them in and thought, oh, I'm not going to change it now. I'm not going to start copying and pasting now. I did it in Word and left that in Word. But now I'm doing everything in Excel, so I have the lines. Now, I might show you that one day, and you can have a look-see on how I've organised it. But even now, after doing it, I realised, as good as it is and as great as I can see each picture and each item on the tub, I was going to use those sheets, which I laminated as well, to take with me to shows. So if I leave the table and my friends or my family members are standing at the table and they don't know the price of something and its price has come off or something, they just pick up that sheet, look at the picture, and there's the price next to the picture as well. So it helps everyone out. But I didn't put everything in alphabetical order. Now, if I was on Excel, that would have been easy. I would have said, right, because there's a little area where you can click and say, sort out in alphabetical order, bang, and it sorts it out automatically. You can keep typing, and at the very end, you say, sort out in alphabetical order, and it sorts it out for you. Bang, 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 puts it all in alphabetical order. Now, that's a mistake I made. Now, for me to fix that, because it's on Word, I have to go in physically and fix it unless somebody knows how to do it another way. Whereas with Excel, you just have to highlight and say alphabetical order, bang, and it sorts it out. So I think the best thing, see, this is all new to me. That part of crochet, because it's not crochet, is all quite new to me. So I had to learn the hard way. So I've got 3 boxes that are not in alphabetical order. We're going to leave that way, or 3 tubs, if you will, and we'll start from now on doing it in alphabetical order using Excel. Claptrap says, I wish I had photos of the yarns in my stash spreadsheet, much better than a description of variegated or self-striping yarns in or even different shades. Now, here's another thing I'm doing from now on. Whenever I purchase new yarn, new hooks, new whatever it is, patterns, whatever, the second I get it, I'm going to sort it out in its own little tub, right? Whether they're the hooks tub, whether they're the, whatever tub they're going in. Let's just say yarn. We'll say this yarn here, yeah, the Cascade cotton, right? Get the Cascade cotton. I've got 8 skeins, just making up a number. I've got the green, I've got the taupe, I've got whatever, all these names, Then I quickly take a photo of each one real fast. They don't even have to be professional photos. They don't have to be fancy. They just have to be a real quick photo that you can crop down and then you can pop on the computer and it's done. This will take you, at that time, will only take you a few minutes. But if you leave it all like I've done over the past 20, 30, nearly 30 years, you have what I've got, boxes everywhere. And whenever I've looked for something, it's taken me hours to look for it. Whereas now that I have everything in alphabetical order on each tub, all I have to do is go through the 5, 6, 10 tubs, whatever tubs you have. And you'll know your tubs, your main tubs. Like once I get everything sorted out, I'm going to categorize the tubs as well. So I'm going to have the cotton tubs, the wool tubs, the acrylic tubs. I'm going to categorize things so that when I say, oh my gosh, this person can't use wool, let's have a look at all the cotton tubs. So I go on the computer, have a look, and I think, right, tub number 7 has all that cotton. Go straight to tub 7, takes me all of 5 minutes to do, and no longer takes me hours and hours and hours to go through 15 to 20 different tubs just to find that one cotton, So these are little lessons you learn as you go along, and I learned a big lesson last, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks. Anyway, it doesn't matter. When we did the sheep show, it was a very big lesson and it took a lot out of me. And you would think that I would have learned it last year when I did it. No. But this year I've learned, and this year it's only been a few weeks, which is probably why I'm tired, because it's a whole lot of packing and moving tubs around. Maybe that's why I'm a bit drained. I don't know. But I have been doing that every day. I grab one box and I type it up. It takes me a long time to type it up. It does take me a long time. I do admit that. But it's not just the boxes. It's the shelving that you see here. I haven't started on these shelvings yet, but I started on a small one over there, which used to be, if you remember correctly, when I used to do my live years ago, a couple of years ago, I was in the other room and it was a corner, little tiny corner it was the lounge room. Okay, it was the lounge. I did my lives in the lounge room for a long time. It was the lounge. And I did it in that room, and it was that corner, and it had a tiny little bookshelf. And it was a bookshelf that if you moved it, it would just go like, woo. It was all wobbly. And you couldn't put anything heavy on it because, forget it, it would collapse. So at the moment, I do have a few heavy things on it. It's got to come off. But I did start labeling each shelf. And when I do a video of that shelf, you're going to get shocked because there's not just crochet gear or gear for the channel. Before I come on the channel, and this is something, I'm lying, before I come on the live, this is something that you don't know. And it's a really weird thing that I do. I go in the bathroom and I check the face. Because sometimes I've gone on the live and thought, I haven't got any makeup on, I didn't brush my hair, whatever, right? So when I come in, I have a section just before the live. And I've got my face cream, my eye cream, my makeup. It's all in that little section and it's there. And I know that I come in first thing, do it, and then sit down and do some work while I'm waiting to turn the live on. So that's an unusual thing that you will see in a craft room. It's got a little bit of a makeup section just for the channel. Literally just for the channel. However, I do use that on a daily basis because I can't afford that makeup. It's expensive. I can't keep buying different ones everywhere. But I do use it specifically for the channel. It never leaves that section. I don't take it on holidays with me. It just stays there. So anyway, that's one section which you'll think, well, why on earth does she have that in a craft room? Well, that's the reason why. Because I do my lives. I don't want to look like I've just come out of bed. Oh, she's out of bed. She's asleep. Oh, she's all asleep, you know. Her eyes, there's no makeup on. Her face looks, you know. Anyway, so I always put creams on before I start my live. It gives it a little bit of a shine. So there you go. All right, I don't know what I got onto that for, but I just wanted to talk to you about how I organize the room. That video is going to come. Okay, open a blank Excel doc, which is what I've done. Use this, the ribbon, one word, I'm not sure what you mean there. Click Save As, choose Excel and carry it over. I don't know what you mean there, but anyway, I've read it all, so after the live I'll have to rewatch that. At what time? 36 minutes. 33 minutes I'll rewatch. I don't like rewatching my lives. They take too long and I just don't like doing them. But if I find something interesting, I'll rewatch it. It says open a blank Excel doc. Use the ribbon, looks like I word. Click Save As, choose Excel and carry it over. Oh, you can do that, can you, from Word? Now I understood. It took me a while to understand that. I'm a little bit slow. I'm a little bit slow, Elaine, but thanks for that. Tea, anyone? Oh, I love your dad, Karen. He's amazing, making us all tea. Yeah, love Dad. That's cute. I added recently a column of the cost of units, the cost of the number of skeins and the length per skein, which is actually a really good idea, because if you are going to charge a customer for a cardigan or a blanket or a beanie or even something as small as fingerless gloves, whatever it is, you want to make sure you're charging. Otherwise, if you're not charging correctly, they're paying you. You're paying them to take it off your hands. Do you know what I mean? So you've got to make sure you get your pricing done. I'm not sure what day my brain thinks it is, but I'm surprised to see you were live. Been a crazy day. Oh, well, Daphne, it doesn't matter. We're here. What about me? I was sitting here working for ages. I do that a lot. I'm going to set a clock now. It's not going to happen again. And didn't turn the live on, as you do. Total length of skeins with all the other info on the label plus the other notes. I don't do that. The only reason is because I keep labels with the skein. Now, if the label is not there, I don't just put yarn in tubs. I tend to bag them as well, which is double work. And it's a lot of money too, because you waste money buying plastic bags. But at least I like to make sure they're safe from moths, bugs, mice. We don't get them, but you never know. You never know your luck in a big city. And I know the neighbours next door will be building anytime soon. They've submitted a permit, which means ripping up soil and ripping up everything. We're going to have thousands of bugs flock to our house, which I'm not happy about. I'll just get a guy to come in and spray before they do it. I'm waiting for them to send one truck. The minute they send a truck, we'll get a guy in with some spray and he sprays the outside of the house so they can disappear to someone else's backyard. When they did it next door, they pulled down a fence here. Oh, no, we did that too, actually, because we all put in money for the fence, the side fence, all of us neighbours. And when they ripped up the fence, for some reason, I don't know why, we ended up with cockroaches. And they stormed the house. They were everywhere. And we literally had to get someone in to spray the house. We never had them before, just that one time when that fence And I thought, for some reason, they shouldn't be there. Cockroaches don't hang around fences. They hang around places where they can get food, usually a house. But we've never had that lying around. We've never had food outside or anything. So I'm surprised that we had them in the bucket loads. And we put it down to that fence. Maybe. But since then, we haven't had them. So all I can think of is they're going to rip up the soil next door. Now, then we're going to have to do that. I was going to mention, guys, when they start building next door, it's going to be loud. So I'll still do tutorials as best I can, but you may hear a lot of building works because where they're building is literally, this is what happens when they start building units, guys. Units on properties are built. Our properties are like that. They're more narrow, right? So what people do is they build the units like that. So you got 1, 2, 3, you go down a driveway, you're in his. Go a bit down the driveway, you're in his, and then the other driveway you're in, like we are, right? And then your neighbor, he does the same thing. But then your house is so close to that house, which is really annoying, but it's close, right? Now, that's not a problem. You deal with it. There's a fence there. You never have to talk to them. It's fine, right? If you don't want to. But when they're building, the noise is just beyond normal. So if I'm struggling with noise, I may have to record at nights, which is not a good thing. Or when they're not, having big tractors and doing, cements and all sorts of weird things. So just if I do tutorials that are a little tiny bit louder than normal, it's only because I'm talking over, I up the volume of my voice on the editing to cover that noise of tractors and trucks and things. So just bear with me. I'll let you know when this is happening because he's been waiting a long time and he hasn't got an answer yet from the council. Doesn't mean anything. Just means that they're behind, which suits me. But that is happening and is going to be very, very noisy. All right, now I've lost all the chat. Here we go. I don't know why I do that. Use the ribbon. Use the ribbon in Word. Let's write this down. Use the... I've never heard of it, but anyway, I don't know a lot about them. I know Word, I know Excel. I did a course, but I did basic courses, nothing fancy. Me too, dollar store plastic bag, yes. Silverfish are a bigger problem here. Do they damage yarn? Always make sure the pest control, will sort the suckers out though. Do they damage yarn, Kiki, silverfish? I don't think they go for yarn, do they? Do they go for yarn? I thought they were more into wetter areas, maybe. Am I wrong? Anyone? Hello? Is anyone awake? Everybody's asleep. No, it's just, I know with our internet here, it takes a long time to process what you're saying and what you're typing as well. So I noticed that. Does silverfish, let me know, guys, does silverfish actually damage yarn? I've never had them. They will eat nearly all types of material. Is that right? I thought they're more into wet areas, like a moist, I don't know much about them. I know moths are a big problem around here in Melbourne. We get them in the bucket loads. We have to spray the house often. We get professionals come in and they do the house because I'm so paranoid. I cannot afford to have moths. In one bag of yarn, they can just explode. Well, they don't really explode, but you know what I mean. They blow up to be a huge, massive moth infestation. You can't afford to have them. They damage, moths damage your clothes. The thing is, they damage your yarn, your wool, your clothes, whatever, but you don't see the damage. You wash it, and then a week later you wash it again because it got dirty, and on the third wash, you start to get holes in your blankets, and you think that the person who crocheted this item wrecked your blanket, but it's not. 99.9% of the time, it's moths. And you'll see the blanket itself will start to fray, but not normal fray where you get a little bit of fluff on it. We're talking it gets see-through. The yarn gets a bit see-through. That means moths have got to it. Yeah. When my neighbour built a house next door, the builders worked all night because of the heat. Gee, I hope not, Claptrap. I will not be a happy Larry if they did that. If they did that here, I would be so unhappy. Oh, lovely Liz is in the house. Hello, Liz. How are you? We're more tropical weather up here, so I guess everything is moist. We have those disposable dehumidifiers, I can't get that out, in every room and in both cars. Oh, that's great. If you send me your Word document with a list, I will look at it and try to make it work in Excel. Thanks, Teresa. I've just got that information from, who was it, Daphne? Oh, was it Daphne? Who was it that said it? Daphne. No? Who was it that said that Excel information? I'm going to try. Ooh, there's a long way away. I'm going through the chat. Here we go. It was Elaine. Sorry, Elaine. It was a lovely Elaine. Elaine said, thank you, Elaine. I'm going through a whole list. You've already said me. So Elaine gave us that information. So I'll have a play with it. If I can't work it out, Teresa, I'll send it to you. Teresa's really good with the office stuff. That's what she does. That's her, her job with office work. So she's really good at that. Maybe I should have just given it to you in the first place. What I need, Teresa, is you to sit right next to me and be my secretary. But it means having to move in. Would you put up with me? No, you wouldn't be able to put up with me. You wouldn't be able to put up with my antics. It says, Teresa says okay. Don't you love it? Well, I give you 24 hours of me, Teresa. You'll be running home so fast. It's not even half funny. Yes, we are a little bit different as we age. And yours truly has not aged very well. This is quite grumpy. First thing in the morning, do not come near me. She says that she does a morning live. Not even 24 hours, 5 minutes. First thing in the morning, I am extraordinarily grumpy, which I'm not grumpy. I don't talk to anyone. I just sit by myself and do my thing. I'll have my coffee and sit and crochet and just do my thing. But I'm not really, I don't snap at people. I don't throw bricks and things. Notice how I said brick straight away. No, I don't. I'm a good girl. But very quiet in the morning, very unusually quiet in the morning. You're thinking, can you be quiet? I can, a little bit. It's funny because people say to me, you're so social, you're so friendly, you're so bubbly and all this, and that's true. But believe me, when I sit quietly for 5 hours or more, which is not a good thing on me, I have to get up and walk around now because, well, things are starting to show. When I sit quietly for so long, I don't have to talk to anyone for 5 hours straight. I love it. I do love quiet time. Good to hear Teresa's good with spreadsheets. You could even say, she excels. Marty, get in the corner. I love it. Thanks, Marty. That was a good one. I'm the same. I'm quiet too here. Yeah, I know, right? I'm not grumpy in the morning unless someone tries to talk to me before coffee. Oh, Marty's hilarious. Kiki and Marty, get in the corner. Marty is the one that highlights our channel weekly. If he gets on. Sometimes he can't always get on. It's like everything. We can't always do what we want. We can't always do what we want. But when he's on, I tell you, everybody loves it because he comes up with these funny jokes. That was a good one though, Marty. That was actually, is it yours or did you find it somewhere? That was a really good one. I do like that. Get in the corner. So that, I just wanted to let everyone know there is a video going to come in the future where I will be showing you the room. Now, the last time you saw the room was when my son, he didn't build it. We got the equipment from, where did we get it from? It was from, let me think about it. And it got sent to us in pieces and Andrew put it all together. And he was such a good boy. We just sat there and said, right, Andrew, I'm going to give it to you. You're going to do it. And he did. He did such a good job. IKEA. Thanks, Teresa. It was IKEA. Even Teresa knows. I'll vouch for Marty. He's never naughty. And neither am I. Right, Marty? Kiki, you're not getting out of the corner today. And Teresa remembers it was IKEA. So I did get it from IKEA. Andrew put it together for me. It took him a while, but there's a lot here. You had 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, and they're really big. But when you saw it, it was just basic. It was messy. Whereas now I've kind of sorted it out a little bit better. And I know exactly where everything is. So if I go on my computer, even if I'm not looking at this and I'm on the computer late at night, think, what did I do with the boxes? Let's type in boxes on Excel, bang, it comes up. Yeah. So seriously, I think it was the best thing I ever did. It's taking a long time, which is probably the reason why I'm slowing down a little bit on the channel. But I want to be more organized. If I'm organized, then you say to me, Mary, I want you, is there any chance? Not I want you, because I won't do it if you say you want. And not even. If is there any chance and possibility that you can make this in this cotton? Do you have any? And I'll say, I don't have that cotton. How do I know if I've got that cotton? Type it in on the computer, bang, there's the cotton, right? So I can actually find a cotton that we've used on the channel, or a wool or an acrylic. If I still have them in stock, I'll be able to find them because I'll know exactly which tub to go to. The cotton tubs are in this box, and this box. The acrylic is here, here, and here. The wool is here, here, and so on and so on. Mary, I've missed you. I haven't been able to tune in lately. Oh, Emma, that's all right, honey. Lovely to have you here. Lovely to have Emma here. Everybody say lovely to have Emma here. We don't mind. It's all right, honey. We know it can get, life can get busy. And I always say to people, you know, family first. Family first. The whinging family first. So naughty. Family first, and then everything else later. Yeah. Did I miss? I miss Marty's. Oh, what did Marty say? Any puns about office applications are my own. You have my word. Marty, you are banned from leaving this corner. No, get out. Leave. There's no door there. That's a window. The door's over there. Leave that way. Or you can leave through the window if you like. I'm more naughty than you are, Marty. You know that, don't you? I'm bad. This is why I'm always in the corner. Well, if you didn't know this, guys, and if you're young, you would not know this. In my day, when you were naughty at school, the education system would send you to the naughty corner. And you would be in the corner and your head would be turned and the people would see your back only and you weren't allowed to look around at your friends, but every now and then you look at your friends and you go, or you do something silly, and a teacher would yell at you again. So I never got in the naughty corner. So that is how I know all the things that you can do in the naughty corner. But that's what it was called. And we did the naughty corner once when we were in the other room. It was the other room we started that naughty corner. I, for the life of me, can't remember why I started it. I don't know. It started in the other room. I'll have to watch one of my really old lives. I would never find it. Where I first said, right, that's it. Get in the naughty corner. And my brain just kept saying it. And it just didn't stop. As you do. All right. Where am I? What I'm supposed to put I'm supposed to put my kids before your lives, Mary? Take that back. It definitely wasn't me and Franca. I think it was you. I think it was you, Kiki. I think Kiki started the. I can't remember. I really can't remember who the first person was that I put in the naughty corner. I cannot for the life of me remember. That was hilarious. So we have a lot of fun on the channel. If you're joining us, you're welcome. We're not always naughty. Yeah, we are. Well, we are on the live. I tend to. I don't know about anybody else, but I tend to think, right, that's it. This is not business. This is just a little bit of fun. We're hanging out. We're talking. However, if you have questions, I'm happy to answer about any of our tutorials, about whatever, the yarn I'm using, whatever. I have a feeling it was the pink vs purple fight. Oh, it might have been. I can't remember. I truly can't. These things happen and they just happen. And then you think, well, how did it happen? Some things are planned, like the yarn antics. If you didn't know what the yarn antics are, they are coming back. But what I want to do is I want to clear off all of the projects that I promised you. I want them done first. And we are talking, obviously, the blanket. How beautiful is this? So I want to clear that blanket off first. I want to clear off first Thursday of the month because this is the first it's first promoting Thursday, if you will. It will promote a pattern that's going up on the website. It's a small pattern for now, and next month there'll be another pattern, maybe 2 patterns at a time, maybe 3, depending on how quickly I work, right? I'm not going to make plans. I'm not going to say, right, you'll get this. I'm not going to do it because things happen. Life happens, yeah. Living in life happens, yeah. So that's that's what I was going to do for first Thursdays. Once I'm finished getting myself all sorted out, we're going to bring back live antics. And for those of you who don't know what live antics is, what I would do, let me just move some stuff out of the way so you don't see things you're not allowed to see. I drop the camera, and if there's yarn on the table, I say, right, there's 5 different colors. I say, right, pick 5 colors, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoever gets to pick that, I will choose a subscriber that's on our live, and they get to choose the color combination of whatever the next project I make is. Now that happened a lot, and it's coming back. It will come back. I will do it, but I just want to catch up with all the projects that I've promised you so far. And the very next project that I promised you was, and still is, the little purse, the little zip purse that Mary Wanamaker chose the color of the zip on the day, but I didn't have the yarn here. I brought out all this yarn and none of it matched the color of the zip. Excuse me, none of it matched the color of the zip. So I purchased the yarn, we saw the yarn, I created the tutorial, it's done, right? And I didn't like it. So what I'm going to do when I do it again, I'm going to put a little small footage, probably in the middle somewhere, maybe even at the end, of the initial pattern that I did. And I'll show you that footage. And you'll even hear me in that footage say, I really don't like this one. I really don't like how it's turning out. I did the whole video. It was complete, ready to go. The only thing that wasn't done was me saying, hello all, welcome to our Crochet Designs, the beginning and the end. Because the beginning and the end, I usually do them at the end of the tutorial, because what I do is I make sure I do the whole tutorial first, and then I say right at the beginning, I'll say I'll show you the product made. Right, I can't show you the product made if it hasn't been made. Sometimes I've got 2 colors happening, like we did that with what was a beanie, I think it was the let me think about it. It was the multicolored beanie, you know, the blah 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 beanie. The blah blah beanie, the patchwork beanie. I couldn't get it out, so I had already done it in one yarn, which was the Bendigo Woolen Mills yarn. And then when I did the tutorial, I did it using the I did the tutorial using Bendigo Woolen Mills. I can't remember, but we had 2. I did one using Bendigo Woolen Mills and one using Spot Saver USA style yarn from Spotlight. I have to talk to you about something. Oh, did I bring it? Is there one here? Oh, there's one here. No? Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Our yarn, this hometown, it's not going to, I'll have to find one that's loose. I had one here that's loose before. Here we go. Oh, let me reach over. Just talk amongst yourselves. I'm just going to grab a bag. All right, when I say loose, they look like that. I put them in bags. Yeah, I purchased them in bulk, put them in bags. Okay, now, if you didn't know this, which I didn't know until an order came through, I'm not sure about the US, but here in Melbourne, these, all the colour combinations of your hometown, will no longer be available. What? I nearly freaked, because I've made all my packs with these. Yeah, don't you love it? So what is coming is a whole new line, same kind of yarn. Well, here in Australia, I don't know about the US. So if you're in the US, I don't know. But in Australia, these ones here, and the only reason I found out is because someone ordered the beanie pack this week, right? And it was one order that I haven't had for a while. I thought, I'll take my time and send it. And I thought, no, I'll send it the same day or the next day or whatever. It was the same day. Then I realized I had run out of the golden color, and I panicked. So I rushed over to Spotlight in DFO Essendon. None in stock. Didn't think anything of it, but I saw the new brands that are in stock. I didn't buy any of those, which I'll talk about in a minute. So I rushed all the way to my other Spotlight store, which was in Roxbury Park. They had none on the shelves either. Then as I was walking past, I saw a little tray, a little rack like this hidden on the ground, and it had deleted stock, deleted stock. And I saw this color, the blue and the gold. No, not the blue. This color, the black and the gold. Yeah. I bought them all, right? I didn't mean to buy them all. I was going to buy one, but then I saw the word deleted stock and thought, wait a minute, let's pop them all in the bag. If they're deleted, I'll ask the lady at the counter and I'll buy them. If they're not deleted, I'll give them all back to her. There was a lot of stock there, right? So I went to the counter and I asked her, she said, they're deleted now. But they've got a new line, which is similar to this, but it's more matte finish. This is a very shimmer, like a shiny, shiny yarn. And I find these colors were beautiful. Now they've changed them to something else completely different. Now I saw them on the shelves, but I was so busy this week, 2 days ago, to go through their colors. So I just left and I went home and I was so sad. But then I realized I bought them all anyway. The deleted stock anyway. So I've got enough for the patterns that you see. I'm sorry. For the packs you see on the website, there's plenty there. The color combinations you see on the website, that's the amount of yarn I have so far that I can find. I haven't gone through my empty tubs, you see. I've still got other tubs, empty tubs, my full tubs. I haven't gone through those tubs yet. If I find them, I'll pop them up as having them, right? But what you see on the website, that is all I have at this stage. Now, I only found that out because accidentally someone ordered one, which I thought I had plenty of gold in stock, but I didn't. Had I had the plenty of gold in stock, I never would have found out that that is going to be a deleted item here in Australia. Whether it is overseas in the US, because that's a US yarn, is another story. But they have brought out a new version of it. And the colours to me were not solid colours. They were mixed colours. So I was kind of thinking, where's my solid colours? I want some solid colours. So bear with me and I'll find out for you and let you know. But I only just found out on Thursday that they were no longer available or going to be no longer available. In fact, before I went to the shops, I went onto Spotlight store online to order it for pickup so I can just run in and pick it up and get out because I was busy, right? And it wasn't even on their website. And I said, where are they? They're no longer available in Australia at the moment. Whether they change it or not in the future, I don't know. But at this stage, they're no longer available. So it was a bit of a slap in my face, but it was a good slap because it showed me that you won't get those colors anymore. They are the ones I saw on the shelf. I was a quick look. I didn't stop. I picked it up and went, oh, did I say that out loud? Oh, that's matte. I want a shimmer. What color is that? This one here is, I'll tell you in a minute. It's called Portland White. I don't know why they call it a Portland. Oh, hang on. Portland White or Vin de Portland. I'm trying to use an accent. Vin de Portland. Portland White. Oops, it's upside down. And this one, which is gorgeous. This one they stopped making a long time ago anyway, here in Australia. Yeah. But overseas, I'm not sure about the US because this is your brand. This is your yarn. But here in Australia, you will no longer get these ones, which is very sad. Which is very, very sad. Well, in Melbourne, you won't. Whether you get them interstate is another story. But in Melbourne, when I look up the Spotlight stores, which I'm assuming is Australian, all over Australia, those colours there with the shine are no longer available. It was very sad when I saw it because all my packs are with them. Look, it doesn't worry me too much because I can change packs and I will be changing packs in the future anyway. But these have been on, we've had them for years. Why stop now? Don't you love it when I get so sad? So, yeah, it's been there for years. Hello, who was that? Yvonne. Hello, Yvonne. Welcome. Yeah, yours truly is having a bit of a sad moment. I was supposed to mention, it's on the book to mention that, but it came out as I was talking about other things, right? So, there you go. So, they are no longer available here in Australia, which is really sad. Doesn't matter because, I'll create something else. And there are other things coming. Let's see, first Thursday of the month will come up very soon. And I apologize for not getting that out last week. And as you know, look, it's all about recording. And last week would have been a good week because the house was empty all week. Nobody was home during the week. And it would have been a perfect week. Next week, everyone's going to be there. It's going to be a busy week. So I should have recorded last week. So now to record first Thursday of the month, it's hard to do first Thursday of the month or to do any recording in here because this room is a shared room during the day. Last week it wasn't. I should have recorded it last week. I suppose I can steal time, as my dad used to say. Steal the time when someone's, taking off for half an hour to the shops or something. Steal that moment and do it. So yeah, it's going to be a stealing time week. When is the cardigan sweater coming? Just wondering because I'm traveling to a large town 2 hours away and I could buy the yarn. Okay, that's not coming up yet, Corrine, but I tell you what, I will know. When did you say you're traveling? 2 hours away. When are you traveling? Just wondering because I'm traveling to a large town. You didn't say exactly when you're traveling. I'll know exactly how much yarn you can get and I'll just let you know the amount of yarn you'll need. It's probably good. I'll let everyone know before the cardigan comes out. I am getting it tested. Someone has decided to pattern test for me with that cardigan. So it'll be a small size and I'm getting that tested. But I can't guarantee when it'll come in. Oh, the beautiful Noni Nor is in the house. Hello, Noni. Lovely to have you here. But I will let you know the amounts of yarn you will need, Corrine, for each size. I'm sorry. Let's try Yvonne. It was Yvonne, wasn't it? No, it was Corrine. My brain. I'll know. Let you know. The week of the 14th of August. Yeah? All right, before the 14th. Okay, so we'll say before the 12th. Corrine, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Corrine. I'm going to write that down. But you know what? I'll just tell everyone as well, not just Corrine. I'll let everyone know how much yarn you will need for each section of the cardigan. Now, I was going to do kits. It's going to be a little bit difficult for me to do kits. If I do the kits, it's going to cost you a little bit of money because I can't break up the yarns, yeah? So I don't want to put anyone out of pocket. It will cost a bit of money. But I'll tell you what, I will do, tell you the amounts of each section roughly for an extra, 5X large, whatever it is. That way, at least you'll know pretty much your size, roughly, how much you will need. Now, the way I saw it, you don't need more than one colour of each skein from memory. And some of the skeins especially, I don't have the thing with me. Some of the skeins where you've got the ribbing and the front ribbings and the neck ribbing, you'll only need a quarter of it or half a skein. So, but we'll talk about that. I will give you the exact amounts or rough exact amounts for the smalls to 5 extra large, extra small, the 5 extra large. And then you can go out and purchase your yarn. And when the pattern is ready, tested and all sorted out, then you can start. Okay. But that's it. I just thought I'd let everyone know the pattern is coming. It's being tested as we speak. I've sent it off to a tech editor as well to have a look at it because you know what? If it's going to be a paid pattern, I want it to be perfect. Yeah. And you know what it's like when you do it yourself, you don't see the mistakes, right? Because you think you're perfect in every way. I don't know if you like that. You don't see those even little mistakes like forgetting to put even the minor thing like a full stop. When they think they're going through the sentence, it doesn't make sense, that sentence. Why? Because the full stop, it's ended the whole paragraph. You're into a whole new section altogether. And that full stop doesn't show that you're into a new section. It's showing that you're still in the same row or the same round, if you will. Wonderful weekend. Oh, you're heading off, are you, Green Butterfly? Oh, we'll see you soon, hon. That would be wonderful. Thank you. Yep, it would be if I could get my act into gear. Do you like that, Corrine? I have another question about the kaleidoscope blanket. Instead of making up 4 chains, can I crochet 6? You can. Are you talking about the beginning, the very, very beginning, or are you talking about when you're doing corners and things? You've got to be careful when you're doing corners and things. You start messing around with stitches, your pattern will become out of shape. But if you're only talking about the first section, I think... Yeah, I don't know. That would change the size of your blanket, Yvonne. It will change the size of your blanket. For the ring, yeah. You could try, have a play. I don't cut any yarn. Do your square, yeah. See how it comes out because it will change the shaping of your blanket too. I don't know. I've never tried it. But have a play. Don't cut any threads. Get your square done. And if your blanket is misshaped, then the rest of your blanket will be misshaped. Yeah. But I think for 2 extra chains, you might be able to. Well, it sometimes makes a big difference, but you might be able to get away with it. What do you need? Do you really need the bigger gap? Is there a reason why you're doing it with a 6 chain? Do you need? Is that what it is? You just need a bigger gap, or you're struggling to put the hook through on the 4th chain? What's the reason why you're doing a bigger gap? I'm curious. I'm just curious. I'm sure you can. I don't know how much of a difference it'll make. Because I know in certain blankets, like let's say for this blanket here, if I was to put extra chains in this corner, it would bring the blanket out more. It would stretch it more, which would make the shaping difficult to do. Yeah. If you add an extra chain or 2 extra chains on this blanket, it will change the whole blanket. Okay. So it would misshape it a bit. But I don't know about the center, really, the differences. I just need a bigger space. All right, I got that. Unless you use a larger hook, next size up hook to do, I don't know if that works, to make the chains, take that hook out, put in a smaller hook, and then pull it through. That might be better. I'm just thinking that'll be a good thing too. I don't think it'll make much of a difference with the space. It'll make it a little tiny bit bigger. It'll make your chains a little bit easier for you to pull a loop through. I'm just trying to help. But I don't know how different it will be if you added those extra 2 chains. Shall we do one while we're here? A little small square. Should do one, shouldn't we? Shall we do one? Give it a try for me, Yvonne. See how you go. I've not done it, so I don't know the difference with 2 squares. It's funny, you know, I've done squares all my life, but I've never done 1 square with 4 chains and 1 square with another set chains just to see the difference. I just started a new one and I used the magic ring. Yes, the magic circle, the magic ring, the magic loop, whatever you want to call it. Raylene, hello Raylene, by the way. Yes, it is a good thing to use. You could use a magic ring. Did that actually change the sizing of your, or did it misshape your blanket, Raylene? Just a question, just to find out whether it did. So Yvonne, we'll find out what information Raylene comes up with. And we'll see what happened to her blanket. Yep. How big is your blanket so far, Raylene? How far have you gone into the blanket? It should be okay with the magic ring. I don't know. I've never done it with a magic ring either. No, came out good. Okay, so if you can tighten up that loop, doing the magic ring, it tightens up your square, then maybe you can add the extra 2 chains and it won't be a difference. There won't be a problem. Yeah. You might be able to add the extra 2 chains, Yvonne. Try it for me and do a square and see what you come up with. Do the square for the amount that you need before you start adding your corners. You'll know within the first 4 rounds, 5 rounds, whether that's going to work. Rows, whether that's going to work. You'll know. Okay, it'll show you straight away. It'll start to do that if it's wrong. Yeah, but I reckon it should be all right. If Raylene says the magic circle worked, just started. I use the magic ring always. I know it's the best, isn't it? But just make sure with magic ring, magic circle, magic loop, guys, that you weave in that end as well. Don't assume that you've crocheted over it. That's not going to come undone. Make sure you weave it in as well. I'm very pedantic because people say to me, you told me to use the magic ring and I use it. My blanket's got a hole in the middle now. And that's the way they use it. Rah, 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 rah. And they complain like that. Weave in that end, guys. Don't assume you've crocheted over it. With some crochet, if you crochet over it, it's fine. But with that center stitch, because it's the whole blanket is weighing on that little center. And if you haven't crocheted over that and you toss it, sewn over it, and you toss it in the wash and I'm not one to wash in the washing machine, but a lot of people do, and that's fine. You put it in the washing machine, it moves it around a lot. That hole is going to open up eventually. It will. So you have to make sure you don't just crochet over it, weave it in as well. I cannot stress that enough. It's something I always have. A lot of people say, I never weaved it in, never come undone for me. Well, you're lucky. Because a lot of people say that they come undone. So just heads up there, yeah? All right, so that's that. I just wanted everyone to know about the two things. Obviously, the blanket, which you know it wouldn't have come next week anyway, this week anyway. So there you go. And that this yarn is a deleted yarn. So I'm very sad about it. But look, you know, it's funny. It's been on our shelves for years. For years it's been on our shelves. Of course, I do packs and then they delete it. As you do. So there you go. Yvonne says, ha ha ha. She's laughing. And so I just wanted you all to know about the blanket and about that yarn. And also, I still have plenty of those. By the way, I have plenty of these in on the website. So you can still purchase them if you're interested. Website's www.wowcrochetdesigns.com. So if you're still interested in purchasing the packs, there's still plenty there. If you don't want to purchase packs, the pattern's there on its own as well. So you have a choice. Anyway, so that's that. And I wanted to let you know that those two are coming. So get excited for that. Or that one project is coming. And the first Thursday of the month, which I messed up last week, will be coming this week. Now, it's either on Tuesday or it's on Thursday, one or the other. It'll either be on one or the other. And the purse with the zip will either be on one or the other. So just bear with me. One or the other. It might even be Friday, Tuesday and Friday, one of those days. So the reason I say Tuesday and Friday is because I find that Monday morning and Tuesday morning, I'm a little bit slow. Just a little bit slow, guys. How do you put up with me? And so by the time I finish creating, then I've got to edit. And then I realize, it's not happening until Tuesday or Friday. So they'll definitely be up this week. They'll just, you know, get up when they get up, yeah? Got to work tomorrow, so good night, Mary and all. We're almost finished up here anyway, Emma. Yeah, good night. Have a good rest. See you soon. Lovely to have you on again. It is best to weave in rather than crying in the future. I know, right? All the best. I'm still struggling to keep up with temperature blanket. I want to talk about the temperature blanket in a minute. You've reached 16.9. I know, Teresa. Actually, I was looking at it. Might have been Wednesday morning, Wednesday afternoon. I think it was afternoon because it was after the live, right? So I was looking at it Wednesday and thinking, oh, we're getting so close to 20,000. But we still have to do 17,000 first. But when we get to 20,000, guys, 20,000. Oh my gosh, we're almost 17,000. Who would have thought it? Years ago when I first started the channel, I thought, right, if I make 500 subscribers, I'm going to be jumping for joy. And look where I am now. And it has been a long time. And sometimes I wonder, you know, how these people who start their channel and in 2 years they've got 20,000. I think, how do you do that? It's taken me 6 years. No, I'm not lying. I'm lying. 5 years. 5 years to get to 16,900 subscribers. How do they do it? I've got hundreds upon hundreds of tutorials here for you to have a play with, guys. So really enjoy these tutorials and don't forget to subscribe. Really important, not just for me, but also for you, because we do those giveaways, which we now call surprises, by the way. You ever see the word surprise? That's our word for giveaway. That's to get rid of the nasties. We get a lot of nasties and we're going to get them. It's as simple as that. But I don't want anyone clicking on any links in one of our surprise videos saying, click here, you've won. No, don't ever click on a link, even if it looks like my face, because there is something going around where they're taking a photo of that person and pretending that's them. So make sure you don't click on a link that says, you've won, and then you click on the link. No, I never give you a link. You need to follow the instructions on the video. And I will never contact you. You have to contact me. And if you have one and I know you, I send you a message saying, you better watch first Thursday of the month or whatever, the prize video. You better watch that. I don't tell you one. I just tell you to go and watch it. I will never, ever contact you to say, click on this link. That will never happen. There was one person that didn't collect a prize. Would have been, I reckon it was the second year that we started doing the prizes. She didn't collect her prize. I kept messaging saying, go and watch the video. Go watch the video. She never did. She never did. I gave the prize away to a family member because it was years. I took 2 years for her. Still, she didn't get back to me, so I gave it away. And that happens. They don't know it was a prize. I just gave them to them as bibs and bobs, you know, whatever's there. And that happens a lot. So I will never contact you to tell you. You have to follow the instructions on that video when you know you've won. But I will tell you, by the way, you better read that video, watch that video, sorry. It's quality, not quantity. Thank you so much, Marty. Thank you so much. Hey, wait a minute. Was that good or bad? Wait a minute. Was that meant to be good or bad? But I do pop on a lot of tutorials, and I do have, look, and I'm honest here when I say this, I have a very good community. We have an amazing community here. And as you know, you've got your funny Marty, your cheeky Kiki, your funny Franca when she gets on. And you have a lot of people, and the beautiful Jody. We have a lot of people who are solid subscribers. And there's everyone else that's here as well. Your Coreens and your Green Butterflies and your Aim and McSees and whoever else is on here. Daphne, everyone who is on today. These are solid subscribers, which I really, really appreciate a lot. And if your name wasn't mentioned, I apologize. Let me go for the list. Karen, Yvonne. Who did I miss? Noni. Oh, don't forget Karen's dad. We love Karen's dad. He makes Karen tea. It makes Karen very happy. The beautiful Raylene. Oh my gosh. How can we not love everyone? How can we not? We have a wonderful community. If you are joining us new and want to know about our community, they are the best. I'm not saying it to, give them a big head or anything. But it's true. We have a beautiful community. And if there's someone that gets on that's nasty, well, we do the delete and the block and the remove and whatever else we do. We try anyway. I try. And we get those naughty people on as well. But mostly 100% of the time, we have a beautiful community. Oh, I love you all. See, Yvonne said that too. So beautiful. We do. We have a beautiful community. We will get the nasties on. That happens. But we work with them. Delete. I once put one in the naughty corner. That's not naughty corner. It's what do? You put them in like 10-minute. I once put one there just to get rid of him for a while. But he came back. So I ended up delete block. So you get the nasties. And someone got on once and started talking political. Well, this is a crochet channel. We don't do politics here. Go away. I'm sure politics is discussed in every other channel, but not on ours. We talk about pretty things. Look, this is what we do. We make pretty stuff. That's it. If you can't do pretty stuff and you don't like pretty stuff, don't be here. Otherwise, we like pretty things. We really like the extra pretty things. How gorgeous. You know what, guys? I'm loving this blanket. I know I'm not going to be able to give this one away. You know what I do when I like something? I price it normally. And then after about a year of it not selling, I put the price up. I'm too scared that someone's going to buy it, so I put the price up. I'm supposed to put it down, but I don't think I'll ever be able to sell this one. Look, we'll see. We'll see how I feel at the end of the blanket. We'll see. You never know, right? I remember then the political one didn't even know what country Australia was. That's hilarious. And that's right. He was doing his own country, I think, or her own country. We don't know each other by slight, but put us in one room together and we're all getting along. Look, guys, I have subscribers from all over the world in this live alone. There's English, there's Americans. I can't remember where everyone's from. Canadian. There's so many different subscribers on here on this live at the moment. Of course, there's the Aussies. We're here. All the Aussies are here. Oi, oi, oi. Yeah. We're all here. But there's also those of you overseas, and you know who you are, right? And you are always there on the channel at this time. When I say always, when you can, at this time to listen to whatever we have to talk about, the silliness, the fun, the seriousness, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. So you're always there for me here, and I am very grateful for that, guys. So thank you very much. Now, that's right, I've got England. We have some English people on at the moment too. We've got America, England. Did I say England? America, England, Canada. I don't know. Oh, Noni is not from Australia. So they're from all over the world. We're very, very lucky. Now, I wanted to talk to you about some seriousness. You're thinking, does she ever get serious? And I say no, right? But I do. Now, with crochet, I don't, because crochet for me is fun. And my son actually said this to me a few weeks ago, and it didn't dawn on me until probably Thursday when I was thinking about it. He says, Mum, Crochet is your fun, but dancing is your seriousness. I said, what are you talking about? I love dancing. He says, no, you love it, but you're always serious about it. When we see something come on TV and it's crochet, you go, hey, she's wearing a crochet top. Rah, you're making a whole lot of noise and you're laughing. And then he said, when you see someone dance, you go, shh, 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 I want to watch this. He says, you get really serious. It's like you are studying the steps. Even though you haven't done them for 30, I haven't danced for 30 years, not professionally. I've danced, silliness, right? But I haven't done a professional ballroom dance for nearly 30 years. That's so sad. No, actually, no, it's not 30. It's 20, I'm trying to think how long, 28 years, 27 years. 27 years since I've done a professional ballroom dance, right? So when I see the professionals get up, I go like this, stop talking. I really want to watch this. And he said that to me. He says, Mum, that is your serious side. You really get serious. I said, no, I don't. He says, yes, you do. He said, we see another side of you when you are watching dancing. I thought, no. So I had to really think about it. I had to really, and he's right. I get really, when I get serious, I would say, watch the step, watch the step. Like when Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers get on, oh my gosh, you guys probably are too young to know them. Not everyone, but some of you are probably too young to know Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. But when I see them dancing, my eyes are glued. It's like, and I've seen it so many times before, but they don't play their movies as much on TV anymore, so I don't see that. So when I see a professional up and dancing, don't give me these Dancing with the Stars people. Forget that. I don't want that. They're just there to show themselves off, right? I'm talking the dance sport that comes out once a year to Australia where people pay to spend 3 days watching dance. It's and they're tested. They've got the examiners there. They're testing them and everything. Or the teachers or instructors or whatever you want to call them. They're testing these people. It's very strict for me, right? In the middle of that, people can get up and dance, right? And they can do that. They say, right, everyone up and dance. And you can dance. But it's really, really serious for me. And I didn't realize that until my son pointed it out. It was only a few weeks back or a week ago. I can't even remember. But he pointed it out to me. And only until this week did it dawn on me that I'm really quite serious with it, which is weird. I didn't think I was, but there you go. And there's other times where I'm serious, and usually around funerals. That's more sad than serious. Otherwise, when I am writing up my patterns, which is why I go to the library a lot when it comes to writing the patterns, I need full concentration. I've written a pattern here in the lounge room where people have walked in and like snap because they're just trying to work that out and you've just interrupted me, right? So I literally will go to a library when I'm focusing on writing the pattern. Then I come home and I play with it and we test it and I do the blanket or the jumper or the cardigan, whatever. Then I type it all up. I go back to the library. I reread the pattern. Sounds weird. At the library in a quiet room. Then I stay there for an hour and do some crochet just for the sake of the fact that I'm there. Then I come back home. This happens often. It takes me weeks before a pattern is even worth looking at, really. Then I come home and I would make small versions of it and then use the written work to play with it again. So I'm back at the library with small versions of it, like tester versions. Then all this is, wasting yarn, wasting time. But for me, it's such a serious thing when you're designing a pattern. That's when I get real serious. Making it's not an issue. I make the cardigans. I can sit in front of the TV and I'm like, yeah, I know if it's a basic stitch, it's just roll along, back and forward, up and down, no big deal. But when I'm writing it, because I'm not used to writing patterns, I don't care to write patterns. I've never written them down. I've always just had in my head and said, right, I've done, 30 rows or 40 rows or 50 rows for a sleeve. So I just, what happens? What can happen, right? That's when it's for myself. But because I'm doing for other people now more than myself, I have to create with professionalism. It has to be really good. So I will send that pattern out for testing. Speaking of which, to my pattern testers, whom I've been talking to in the past, they are coming. Just bear with me. I'm so far behind, it's not funny. Let me have a drink. Cheers, everyone. I've got the cup that the lovely Jodie purchased for me. I crochet because killing people is frowned upon. Save a life and send yarn. Don't send me yarn. I've got plenty of yarn. Don't send me yarn. Cheers. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I do need a coffee. That's water, but I do need a coffee. I gotta go, guys. Oh, Yvonne, we'll see you soon, hun. We'll see you soon. How can it be 30 years when you're only 29? Yeah, all right. Well, I was very professional, Kiki. I started very young. I started before I was born. I was kicking around in there, I was like this. Yvonne, we'll see you soon, hun. I go to the library to crochet with friends. I know that, Karen. I see the posts that you leave on your page. Karen has a group that she has on Facebook. And the lovely Karen, oh, look, what can I say about Karen? She's just a beautiful person, both inside and out. She posts all our videos that we create on YouTube here on her group page, where her library group people and friends of hers meet to do their crochet. She posts all our videos on there, and the lovely Karen posts everything we create here on the channel, and I do thank you very much for that, Karen. For those of you who find it difficult to do donations, or it's difficult to purchase patterns, or it's difficult to spend any money on the channel, if you have your own page or your own group, just post the videos, share those videos, because not only is it good for me, but it's good for everybody else. If someone's looking for a beautiful blanket and they don't know where to look, at least if you've posted a video and they see it, they might like it and do it as well. So everyone wins, yeah, when you post a video. Yeah, she got me into wow. Oh, did she, Kay? That's lovely. She's beautiful, Karen. We're very lucky to have her. We're very lucky to have Karen on our channel. Very lucky to have a lot of our subscribers. Lovely Liz, she also shares our videos on her own personal page as well on Facebook. I believe Corrine has shared one of our videos. I don't know if she shared any more, but I know she shared one. I believe someone else has shared something. So people do share them, and I think it's fantastic that you actually go out and share. Spread the good news. Like when I first liked Crystal from Bag O Day, I kept her all to myself because I wanted her. It took me a long time to say to everybody, right, you've got to check this fantastic woman out. She makes the most beautiful tutorials, and she is like the queen of giveaways. Call her the queen. She's always doing giveaways. So she's a beautiful lady, and if you've got something that's really good in your life, share it, because there's no point hanging on to it. What are you doing for yourself if you hang on to it? Nobody wins there. And in our craft world, which I'm very pleased to say, in our yarn life or wool life or craft life, we look after our community. Yeah. When I went to the Australian Sheep and Wool Show, I purchased from small stalls. I purchased from some of the larger stalls too, but not so much, more from the smaller stores, because I want to support our small community of crochet, attitude, knitting, crafting community. Even the lovely, what was her name? She does the sewing. I've had a mental blank. She sewed bags. That's what she does. She sews bags. She used to do crochet and knitting and all sorts of things. She even has a channel here. Something Stitch. What is her name? Oh, I've got a mental blank. Anyway, she's a sewer, and I purchased from her to support her stand as well. And apparently the gentleman in our family decided to purchase from the salami stand. There was a salami stand. Who knew that would be a salami stand at the show? But there was, and all the boys went there and purchased salami, which was very funny. So there you go. You support your community as best as you can. Little Stitch. Is it Little Stitch? It's not Little Stitch. Is it something else? Oh my gosh, I've had a mental blank. I purchased a bag from her for the giveaway. Oh, my brain is shot. What a brain. Someone watch the video for me. Sam. I know her name. Sam, right? Oh, gosh. Sam from... That's all I know. Anyway, Sam sews bags. She makes bags. And we purchased a bag from her for the giveaway. Sam, if you're watching, I'm sorry. I forgot the name. It's Littlest Stitch, is it? Oh, I can't remember. Oh, you've got to go, Noni Nor. Beautiful Noni. Have a good weekend. We'll see you soon. I was going to say be good, but you're always good anyway. You're always good. So there you go. Now, we're going to get on with it. Kate, how are you going? Yesterday was Mum's birthday. Oh, happy birthday. Happy heavenly birthday. Yeah. Yeah. Very sad. All right, guys. How do I get so sidetracked? I really do get so sidetracked. What were we talking? Does anyone know what I was talking about? Anyway, the littlest stitch. It's called the littlest stitch. You're right, little, but not little. It's the littlest stitch. I'm pretty sure it's the littlest stitch. Someone have a look on Instagram for me under the word the littlest stitch. The lady creates bags. Her name's Sam. Lovely lady. Lovely lady. And she was at the show right next to, oh, my brain is shot this week. I need a recharge. Yes, it's littlest stitch. Took me a while. You got little stitch right, but it's littlest stitch, yeah? Oh, well, this brain, it's shot. I told you this week was a bad week for me. I need to sleep. I need a coffee. Can someone make me a coffee? Tea? Karen, can you ask Dad to get me a tea? Daddy, can I have a tea, please? Karen's daddy, can I please have a tea? No one's going to give me a tea. Oh, it's so sad. So there you go. All right, guys, so let's get on with what's happening this week on the channel. See, the seriousness has come in. It's in there, baby. The seriousness is here. What's happening this week on the channel? As you know, you will be getting first Thursday of the month delayed. We'll call it second Thursday of the month just for fun. You're getting that this week. Shelley, that's the one, Karen. Sam and Shelley, they were sharing an area together, weren't they? I have a tea too. Finished the coffee now. Oh, you want a tea as well because you finished the coffee. All right, so we are getting first Thursday of the month. I'll either pop it up Tuesday or I'll pop it up Thursday, whichever. I'm probably better off just popping it up on Thursday, you know. For the lovely lady I was talking to about that, I will speak to her on Instagram later. She knows who she is. Now, then we'll also be getting the zip purse, which I don't have with me. It's in the other room, and I will actually have that ready for you this week. So you'll be getting a tutorial up this week, just one, and then the first Thursday of the month, which is going to be a pretty good one, in my opinion. It'll be a good one. Yep. And that's that. We're done. Good night. See you later. Have a nice life. They're thinking, what is wrong with this crazy chick? So if there aren't any questions about first Thursday of the month or the purse or even the pretty as a peacock blanket, please let me know now if you've got a question. Otherwise, I'm going to head off. And see, even now as we speak, I'm folding the blanket like I would as if I was working on it. Because when I work on the table, the way the table is set up for recording, I have to work, and it sounds bad, there's the edge of the table. I have to work over the camera. The camera sits here, all right? It doesn't sit on your professional stands that you have and you see on in the shops because they do not work for me. It does not work for me. I need to be over the camera so I can go like this and I blow it up so you can see a close-up. I just with my fingers, I do that, and you get the close-up, and when we don't want a close-up, I bring it out and I start working. If it's up here, like a lot of the stands are up the top, I can't do that. I'd have to get up, have a look, and then do it. It doesn't work for me, right? So we created this, and when I say we created, it is like, it's a piece of wood. The phone sits in this wood. That's all it is, and it sits on plastic tubs. It's not fancy. It's not fancy, but it works because I can watch over the camera and look down and see what you see. So if this is why I got the close-ups sorted out years ago, and people tell me off because sometimes the close-ups are really too close and you can see this massive thumb, massive finger. But I want to see what you see. So if I can't see that through the camera lens, then it's not likely you're going to be able to see it. So I blow it up a little bit. But if it's over my head and their camera's sitting on top like that, how do you see? You can't. Well, I can't. So I don't know what you're seeing. Yeah. So I invented it like that. To do that means I have to lean over the table. So leaning over the table means I've got nowhere to put this blanket. So I got to fold it, leave it in the front, and then work that way, and then move it over and fold it, which is why in between certain sections, I put a, what do you call it, like a transition, if you will, like a little transition, because I've moved the blanket and I folded it up. And I don't want to waste your time watching me fold this blanket up every 5 seconds. So that's what happens with larger items on the table. They get folded up, which is why they end up with a creased line across the blanket. Just thought I'd let you know that, because you probably didn't know that. And I should show you one day on a how-to video on how I record, how I edit, and how I put the video up, how I take photos, how I do things, how I put the video up. So you'll see one day all that stuff. I will have a video. That's going to take a long time to do, and I don't have the time right now. You know, when I get the time, sounds weird, and people say, how can you do it during that time? But I actually get the time then. From Christmas Day till January the 6th or something, I do get that time, because I take a 2-week break during there. And it's only because it's our summer. It's right in the middle of our summer. My birthday's in the middle of that as well. So I take a couple of weeks off the channel. I don't upload anything. I will do the lives and you'll get to have a chat with me, but I don't usually upload anything during those 2 weeks. So that's the time where I can have a little bit of a play with things for the channel. Now, I did mention before we go, I did mention something about September's first Thursday of the month. Now, I don't know if you know this. Last year, we started a thing called Remember September. Now, before I go on, let me just check chat. I haven't checked the chat. Shelley husband, yes, we talked about her. Let's talk about Halloween. Kiki, I'll talk about that in a second. Dad just laughed and said, it's my turn to make the tea. Not going to happen, as I'd have to leave the live. Well, you can make the tea soon, because we're going to finish up soon. As I was starting to say, September is Remember September. Last year we started that for the first time. We're going to do it again this year. And what that entails is, last year was big because we did Remember September for the past 4 years. This year it'll only be Remember September for the past 12 months. So for the past year. So you'll get some information of what we created this past year, what happened to me during this year, what didn't happen during this year, those sort of things. That will happen in Remember September. So it's going to be a fairly big video. But in that one as well, Kiki, I know you're waiting for this, we'll be talking about our Halloween projects. You'll be hearing from me soon though, Kiki, because I need something tested for Halloween. And I want you to do it. Do you love that, Kiki, or what? I can follow your crochet tutorial very easy. Thank you, Fluffy Kitten. A lot of people find the close-ups too annoying. But I initially did the close-ups because when I watched videos, I thought, I have no idea what that person's doing. I don't know what she's doing. I don't know what he's doing. I really can't see. Where are they putting the hook? Is it in the stitch? Is it in the back loop? Is it in the front loop? And I find that some people don't even use the word hook. They'll say needle, right? Which is okay for them. But if you're talking about a needle and you can't see what you're doing, the person's saying, oh, does she have a needle as well? Is she going to use a needle? What's she doing? And like, to me, I would like to see everything close up. I want to see exactly what is going on in that stitch. I want to know if you're putting it in a front loop or the back loop and you forgot to say, which can happen. I do it too. I say, put a half double crochet V-stitch here, when really I'm in a double crochet V-stitch, right? So if you were looking, you would have thought, wait a minute, she put a double crochet V-stitch, and then you would have questioned me. And I would have said, I'm so sorry, everyone. I've made a mistake in the tutorial. It is a double crochet V-stitch, because she saw the close-up. Do you know what I'm saying? If you don't see a close-up, you don't know what happened, and you put the half doubles in, you're thinking, doesn't look anything like hers. Why? Because it wasn't close enough for you to see. So I'm really into being thorough in that area. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. Are you making anything for Father's Day, 1st of September? Yes, I am, guys. Cannot believe I've forgotten. I cannot believe I've forgotten to talk about it. I haven't forgotten to talk about it, forgotten to design something. Thank you very much, beautiful Anne McSee. I have to do something now. Oh, by the way, you know what? Before we go, guys, help me out. Brainstorm me. What would you like to see for Father's Day? Can't be anything too big, because we haven't got the time for it now. I've left it too late. What are we on? We're on August what? 10, 6, 5? Anyone know? What's my name? Ask me a harder question. I did find a minor mistake in the Frankie video, but only because Franca needed help. Oh, that would be great to know. If you know what that mistake is, let me know. Good night, God bless. Oh, from New York. Oh, hello. I didn't even know you were on there. Hello, Angelise, is it? Bow tie. We've done a bow tie before, Teresa, but I can write it down. Bow tie. We have done one. I think we've done a bow tie. Did we do a bow tie? Yeah, we did do one. But I'll keep that in mind. Anyone else brainstorming? It's August the 5th. Thanks, Angelis. You got on at just the right time. Or Angelis. Yes, it is. Okay. August the 5th. All right, we've got time. What can we create? Come on, guys. We've got a bow tie. Anything else? Anything? A beret? Well, there was a gentleman's beret that I was giving away in the giveaway, yes. A cup of tea for my dad. Oh, that's cute. I like that. It's the 6th in Melbourne. Yes, Australia. Yes, the 6th here. Thank you. Kiki. So brainstorming bow tie. We can always brainstorm on Wednesday as well, but I'll probably have it. No, I won't have it ready by Wednesday. We can always brainstorm on Wednesday as well. But anyone else? Scarf maybe. All right, a scarf. Yeah, we could do that. Might take a while. Scarf. A bit longer for men than it is for women. That's all right. We can do that. Anyone else? Anyone else have any ideas for Father's Day? We've done beanies before Father's Day. I would still be happy to do one. I don't have a problem with doing it. A watch band. That's different. Let's have a look. Watch band. I've never done one of those before. Will they wear them? I don't know. Will they wear them? Don't know many men who wear watches as much these days. Everyone's got mobile phones. There are men who wear them. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people will use their mobile phone for their watches now, which is really interesting. But yeah, brainstorming. Keep letting me know, guys. If you watch this video after the live, glasses case. If you watch this video after the live, please leave a comment in the comment section down below if you have an idea for Father's Day. A sweatband, glasses case, sweatband. There's a few ideas here. Otherwise, I'll also think of some myself. If I think of something by Wednesday, I will also let you know on Wednesday what we'll be creating. Otherwise, please let me know. You've got plenty of time for me to play with. A wallet. Wallet's a little tricky. I meant to say Angelis. Little tricky Angelis. But yeah, we've got, if Marty's still on, Marty, what would you like to see for something if he's still on? I haven't heard from him. He might have fallen asleep. Did you fall asleep, Marty? Oh, that's what happens when you go in the corner. You fall asleep. If you're still on, Marty, give us some ideas of what you would like to see, being the fact that you're not a father, but you're a man, but being the fact that Marty wants a bikini. I don't know, Kiki. Well, don't know. We'll have to work out his size. I don't know. I'm not making a man's bikini. What are you, crazy? Slippers. Oh, slippers are cute. Slippers are cute. Let's put that in as well. What else, guys? Socks. Let's try socks. Men love a good sock, don't they? I'm tangled up. I've got my bobbins in a mess. Marty, what are you talking about? Are you doing some sewing, are you? Talk to me, Marty. Is there anything that you've given away to a man as well that you may think a man would like? Mankini. Do you want one of those, Marty? We'll make you one of those. All right, let's think. She's so naughty. What else can we give away for Father's Day? Come on, let's get serious, guys. This is a really serious question. She says as she's laughing in the background. We've got bow tie, beret, scarf, watch band, glasses case, sweatband. Notice how I'm not even going for the whole hand. I'm just going like this. A mug cover, says Anne McSee. They're always good to make. Mug cover for a big mug. Yeah. How about a man? Marty, are you going to model it for us? I don't have a model for Mankini. These guys don't have any legs. Well, I didn't put that on the list, guys. I'm sorry. We won't be doing that. Look at her. She's thinking, what is going on here? So what else? A coaster? Okay, we can make a coaster. We've done coasters before. Maybe we can make something male orientated. We can work something out. Have a big letter D on it for dad or F for father. Like the mug cozy idea. Okay, mug cozy. Mug cozy idea. Okay, that's a good one. Stubby holder. I think we've made one of those for St. Patrick's Day, but that's also a good idea. Stubby holder. Oh, my cozy. Yes. Anything else, guys? Okay. Socks. My husband asked me to ask you to make socks. I said, no, his feet are size 13. Oh, that's so funny, Corrine. Corrine, to be honest with you, I've not made socks before, but I'm sure it's not going to be that hard. We are doing a Christmas stocking for Christmas. Will they do? Will they wear Christmas stockings? Oh, she's so bad. How do you put up with me, guys? Really, how do you put up with me? Teresa, do you remember the time you and I were together and we were going to buy, I don't know if we did it, we were going to buy a sock. That's why I'm asking you because I can't remember. A sock design thing that you can pop your socks on when you're making them. I can't remember whether we bought them or not. I'm just curious. I don't think we did. I don't remember buying them, but I think I should get one so that I can work on different sizes for the socks. Yeah, we could do that, maybe. Size 13. Well, they're big feet. Big feet. No, not really. They're average size feet, isn't it, for a bloke? I don't know. I don't know what blokes' feet sizes are like. I only know us little, pansy women. That's exactly what I said. She's making a Christmas one. You can wear the Christmas stocking, Corinne. All right, so we've got bow tie, beret, scarf, watch band, glasses case, sweatband, wallet, slippers, socks, mug cover, coaster, mug cozy, stubby holder, and Corinne suggested maybe the socks. We don't know about the socks yet. There's something that I would need to, let me have a check here. So it's a little bit overhead. It's all right. I'm just seeing the visual going a bit dark. I don't remember that. We were together at Unwind Craft Cafe and I picked it up and I said, shall we get one? Or shall I get one and we can like share it? Because how often do we make socks? And I don't know if we ever did. I don't think we did. Yes, his feet are very big. All right. I don't know much about men's feet. I don't remember going saying, excuse me, what size feet are you? Excuse me, can I ask what size feet you are? No, excuse me. Imagine going through the city with a little clipboard. Excuse me, sir. I have a very important question to ask you. What size feet are you? I can just see me doing that. Or I can wear my full crochet gear. I can wear not that jumper, this one here, and make a pair of pants to suit and walk around the city. Do you know how many people will laugh when I walk up with a clipboard wearing that outfit? Hey, I'm game. I'll do it too. I just don't like going to the city. I really don't like going to the city. It's just too many people. It's like humans everywhere, like faces and heads. There's heads everywhere. That's going to come across the wrong way, asking guys. I'm a good girl. I don't know that. Do some market research. Well, I should, Kay. It'd be very interesting. I should. It'd be very interesting to try, yeah? I wouldn't mind making socks. It's funny because when I was at the show in July, a couple of weeks ago, how many men came to the table and said, I crochet, but I don't know how to make socks. Do you have any patterns for socks? And I was thinking, there wasn't just one man. There was a lot of them that came to the table and wanted patterns. I thought, I wished I'd had a pattern of my own that I could have sold him and he could have gone away and made his own socks from. So I'm going to have to start making some socks patterns, not just for the men, for the women, men, and just look, we make booties for newborns, so why not do it for adults, yeah? So I'm going to make them. I really am. It won't happen straight away because there's a lot of work that we're doing right now, trying to catch up with everything. I want to get the cardigans out. That's more important. And I want to get the other patterns that I did promise you, the smaller patterns I promised you recently, and they're coming out too. I want to clear all that out. What I did with the show was I wrote down a lot of things that were asked of me at the show, but not so much for the show, but in general, what are people really looking for? And funnily enough, socks were something people were really looking for, right? But not just that, they were looking for more kits, which was good. They were looking for more kits in wool because I was at a wool show. But I'm happy to do the kits in both. So that's coming up very soon as well. So what you do, you go to these shows, you don't just make friends with a whole lot of new crafters that you finally get to meet, but you also grab the ideas of things that will help you, because you're always building and you're always growing, and we're all growing, we're all changing, we're all growing. Don't just, like I do, I sit in my own way. This is what I want and that's what I'm going to do. I don't care what anybody says. But that's not the way to grow. To grow, you've got to try something new. For me, to create socks is stepping out of my comfort zone, yeah? Because I don't work on feet. I've never worked on feet. It's not something I've ever wanted to do. Not for anything, I just don't do it, right? So I'm stepping out of my comfort zone and learning how to create socks for different sizes. Karen, my husband, is 6'1". Oh, he's tall, yeah. I knitted Achu a pair of socks years ago for him to wear with his kilt. Oh, that's cute. I'm assuming you're talking Dad, yeah? Did I miss some chat? No, I didn't. Okay, but I'm assuming you mean Dad. So yeah, sometimes, guys, when you do something like shows and stuff, and you learn what people want, step out of your comfort zone and work on that, because if you don't step out of your comfort zone, you'll never learn something new. That's just something I learned being at the show. And I learnt a lot at the show. I was surprised at how much I learnt that weekend. Those 3 days, I learnt more in those 3 days than I could say I've learnt in a year. Seriously. People were asking me things. They were telling me things. They were saying, why would you do that when you could do this? And I'm thinking, oh, that's a good idea. Why didn't I think of that? So really, I learnt a lot, and I'm very pleased that I learnt a lot. And thank you to those people who actually came up and said, they actually went out and just said it. Why can't you just do it like that? I'm thinking, you're absolutely correct. Next time I come, I'll do it like that. So it's really important to get all those answers from other people, all the ideas from other people. Don't shut yourself out and think, I'm not going to do what they said. Don't shut yourself out, because a lot of times if more than one person is saying it, then obviously it's a good idea, yeah? Not that I'm saying you can't do what you want to do, because I wanted to do the Pretty as a Peacock blanket. I'm doing it. I'm doing it, and that's it. But in the meantime, I'm creating new things for people who have asked during the show, because that is what they want. Give the people what they want. Don't always shut your mind and just, like I learned the hard way during the show. But it's good. It was a good learning process. I made a bit of money at the show too, so don't get me wrong. I did make a bit of money, so I was okay there. I think just learning new things was something that was more, it was a bit of a shock to me, because I haven't learned anything new for a while. Yeah. So Katie Kiki Kitty Couch. Look, it's on the list. Whether I do it is another story. Look, we could do one, but I'm not going to quote it, because I don't want you to assume it's coming when it might not come. It's not the crochet that's the problem. It is the couch. It's the couch, the inserts. Look, I will let you know, Kiki. I will let you know. I promise. If I decide to do it, I'll let you know. Heads the word if I decide. The eye's starting to twitch. She's starting to get itchy arm. She's thinking, oh, don't do it, don't do it. And straight after the live, I'll rush into the lounge room and say, right, what does this couch look like? Can we use a box? Can we use, that soft stuff? What do you call it? Styrofoam, whatever it's called. What can we do? You will stir. You'll keep stirring, Kiki. And one day I may just surprise you. I might not, but I may just surprise you. But not now. We're way too busy. I want to get these cardigans out. I want to get the patterns, the smaller patterns that I promised you out. They've all got to come out. And you need to test something for me, which I'm very excited about. And I hope you need to test more than one thing. You're going to be very busy, Kiki. You'll have to start charging me soon for my time. Excuse me, Mary. Just pick a number and stand in line. But there you go. So she's so naughty. We are going to be talking about, go on, Kiki. You want to say it, don't you? Halloween during first Thursday of the month of September, not August, of September. Yeah, that will be, remember, September/Halloween projects discussed. Because what I do is, with the first of each month, I usually explain what we did last month and what we're going to do this month. And that's what's going to happen in September. I will do Remember September, which is a whole year's worth of memories. So it's going to be a little bit longer, but I'll do it quickly. I'll only pop photos up. I won't put any videos up. I'll just pop some photos up. Remember when we did this, that, da, 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 and I'll do that real quickly, and then we'll get on with September's month, which we'll be creating for October. I want to get the crochet projects made for Halloween finished by the end of September, even the first week of October. I don't want to be working on it in October because, Marty, there's the sentence, because first Thursday of the month in October, we talk about, what shall we talk about? Anybody want to know? Ends with S, starts with C. Oh, can anyone work that out? Starts with C, ends with S. It's very bright and colourful. And it happens on December the 25th. Do we know? I don't think anybody will work that out. That's just way too difficult. So first Thursday of the month in October, we talk about anyone? Just let me know what yarn I need to buy. Bendigo Woollen Mills has a notice on their website. I saw that. I saw that. But you can use any cotton from Spotlight as well, which I'll let you know. Christmas, Kay. It took everyone so long. Corinne drew the picture. She says, get the picture. Thanks, Kay and Corinne. We talk about that in October. Kiki, if I ever visit my sister in Brizzy, we'll have to get together. I want to get together with Kiki as well. I want to party with Kiki. I think Kiki would be a big party girl. What do you reckon, Kiki? Say yes. By party, I mean crochet. Yeah. Like I said the other day, I mean crochet. With a glass of grapes. Lincraft have spent hundreds of dollars, saved $40. Oh, spend $100, save $40. Okay, they've got a special on, have they? I'm a 2 beers party girl. Oh, I'm like that too, and then I fall asleep. And then out like a light. Especially when I'm tired. If I have more than 2 drinks when I'm tired. But out like a light. I'm not good to anyone. But I do love to crochet when I hang out with people like yourself and other people. But we can party still. With a glass of grapes, red grapes, white grapes, doesn't matter. I know I'm on my way out. Thank you, Teresa. It's lunchtime. I know, right? Almost lunchtime. Guys, thank you very much for joining us. We still have a list of Father's Day items that we can make. Thank you, Anne, for bringing that up, which I totally forgot this year. And I do that often now, but I totally forgot. So I will have a look at some of these items that might be quick and easy for us to do before Father's Day. Do it with Brizzy Moganway. We'll meet up at the pub. Hey, I've crocheted at the pub many times before, Kiki. Don't worry about it. It's not anything new. Guys, we hit 2 hours. What? I hit a 2-hour mark on one of our lives. I've done it before, 2 hours and 5 minutes. Now we're on 2 hours and 2. But I'm on my way out, guys. Thank you very much for joining us today. You will get first Thursday of the month this week. You will also get the little purse with a zip on it, so long as I'm well enough to do that. You'll get all that this week. Thank you very much for joining us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, do all the wonderful things that you do for me. And I've been Mary, and you know what? This has been Crochet Designs. And I'm on my way out. Ciao, everyone. Try to be good. Bye all. You don't, Karen. Oh, you're lucky girl. Bye all.